Hello everyone, this is Mason Sparkle and welcome to the most overpowered weapon in Call of Duty history, the Modern Warfare 3 UMP45. Without a doubt, the Modern Warfare 3 UMP45 is the most broken weapon I've ever used. It is so incredibly accurate, it never lets me down in terms of damage, and its fire rate is just amazing. None of you are buying this, are you? It's time for the NV4 rant. Now, I'm sure as you guys know without a single shadow of a doubt, the NV4 is the most broken and uncounterable weapon in Call of Duty since the original COD 4 M16. There is literally nothing you can do to stop this thing. It's basically the reincarnation of the Modern Warfare 3 ACR. Like, at least the ACR had its counters in the form of the MP7, but the NV4 has no counters whatsoever. Nothing. So let me just explain why this thing is so broken and why I just hate it. First things first, let's hit the damage. Damage is 30 to 23. That's only a 4 or 5 shot kill. Now that puts it on par with the ACR from Modern Warfare 2, and this gun has a lot of similarities to the ACR from Modern Warfare 2. Second thing is, the range. This thing has a 4 shot range of around 40 meters. Around the same as the AK-12 and the R5 and Ghosts. But now let's get on to why this gun is so brokenly OP. The fire rate. The fire rate's 600, but combined with apparently high damage, this thing gives you so much flinch on taking a hit that honestly by the time you've already got hit, you're aiming at the sky and they're already shooting you in the dick. And don't forget, this thing gives you kinetic armor for free. You have the ability to tank bullets like no one else. This weapon is just everywhere. Like, you've seen people who use the same weapons everywhere in Call of Duty. From the ACR in Modern Warfare 3, to the Honey Badger in Ghosts, and even the BAL in Advanced Warfare. It's just, they all had their weaknesses. The NV4 doesn't seem to have a single weakness. The ACR had some very low damage at range, and of course it had the MP7 as a counter, as I mentioned earlier. The Honey Badger had an inbuilt suppressor, and it was only a 5 shot at long range. But then again, so was the NV4. And the BAL had its massive amount of recoil. But of course that was countered with the Obsidian Steed and the foregrip. But there's one variant in this game that I hate the most. And it's the reason I'm using the Vigilance version, because I'm going to be that guy running sleight of hand. But the Fallout, I just hate. If any of you watch my Variant Warfare video, you'll know I absolutely hate the Fallout. It's like, it's everyone's gun. You just use it. No matter what, you'll just use it. Even though there's like so many other weapons in the game now, like the new Xeon and the VPR. And now you've also got the RVN. It's like, nobody has any variety. I have actually seen more variable gameplay in COD 4 Remastered. And yes, the game where everyone uses the M16, the MP5, at least they actually use some stuff. In this game it's nothing but NV4 and sleight of hand. That's it. And the only variant you use? Oh, it's Variant Warfare, but nope, you just use the Fallout, because who wants to go for a nuke, am I right? This is Modern Warfare 2 after all, we're using the ACR. So if you can tell from my gameplay, I'm kind of acting like every single NV4 player ever. I'm using the same map, same attachments, same perks. All it is just strike zone, using the red dot, quick draw, suppressor and extended mags, and I'm running sleight of hand, because who doesn't want to have super fast reload speeds on a weapon that already has the fastest reload speed by far in this game. Now, as I did say, the NV4 has no weaknesses, but it's statistically dominated by everything else in a specific category. It seems weird, considering the NV4 just feels like the overpowered weapon. But when you've got the R3K, which does higher DPS, the K-Bar, which has a faster fire rate and more bullets in a mag, the Type 2, which is just an absolute hose in a Kimbo, and the Volt, which has higher damage. But how come the NV4 is just the god gun? The R3K technically melts faster, the K-Bar technically melts faster, the Type 2 technically melts faster, and the Volt technically melts faster. But the NV4, there's no counter. Now, if you're looking at my gameplay and you think, 270 to 19, you must be really sweating. But the truth is, I'm just acting. I'm just acting like every NV4 player ever. I'm not even attempting to play this game half the time. I gave up on this game back when the Mark II update came round, Because who wants to play variant warfare when all everyone uses is just the NV4? Well, there's another reason why I hate this gun, the flinch. As I mentioned earlier, you get hit once and you're shooting at the sky while they're shooting your penis. But the Volt has higher flinch. Well, yeah, the NV4 has a faster fire rate, so we can counter it. The Type 2 has a faster fire rate, but has less base damage and pretty much gives you no flinch compared to the NV4. The K-Bar has a faster fire rate, but less damage, which means the NV4 can out-flinch you. The only counter in terms of flinch is the R3K. That can do a higher DPS, and it has higher base damage. But the only reason why the R3K doesn't compete is because it's a burst fire weapon. The Rect does nothing because it's a fully auto at 400, the same as the AR mode on the Ripper Evo. But the NV4 is at 600. And look, how can you compete against the NV4? As you just saw, I'm tanking the bullets. You cannot do a single thing to stop this weapon when you can tank bullets better than kinetic armor ever could. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this rant about the NV4, and particularly about the Fallout. But if you want to, you can like, you can subscribe. If you are subscribed, why don't you click the notification bell and you'll be alerted of me. My upload schedule's a bit weird. Also, if you want to, you can go subscribe to my friend Fiery Shadow. He does Infinite Warfare on the PC along with some stuff that I do, like Team Fortress, and a couple of Counter-Strike videos, so I would go subscribe to him. He's a really cool guy. Meanwhile, everyone, I'll leave you with this amazing kill cam, and I'll see you all later.